Bang! What's up, guys? I actually recorded like this whole thing. I know I'll be saying that. I just be saying that. But my mic is like not working. I tried using my better mic that I use for like actual videos because I've just been using the Blue Yeti, and the Blue Yeti's just gonna have to do. But today we're drawing Spider Solitaire. Not the typical kind of thing I would do. But it is in honor of my partner. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end if I have time, about why it's Spider Solitaire. But I want to talk about, I just want to talk about my partner because it is our anniversary today, the day that it comes out, not the day I'm recording. It will be January 9th is when we started dating officially. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about how we met and stuff, and reminisce, mostly for myself, but maybe some people might be interested in this sort of thing. But me and my partner actually met on Tinder. Yes, Tinder, the famed bad place. I think people hate that place. I love Tinder. I'm a big fan of Tinder. I'm not like a hookup guy. I'm not at all. It makes me very uneasy, even just to think about. But the nice thing about Tinder, I'm not going to make this whole video about Tinder. We'll talk about Tinder some other time. But I met my partner on Tinder. That was just like the point of me mentioning it. Um, um, yeah, so we met on Tinder. I went to another state. I went to Hawaii with my family. I was talking to a couple people. I lost complete interest in talking to anybody besides Leo. Leo was the only person that I felt like I had really anything to talk about, any chemistry. I really liked. They liked talking, and I liked to listen. Those are like a perfect relation. That's like the perfect relationship. But yeah, so I tried to coordinate a date before I left for Hawaii with Leo, and it just wasn't working. So the whole time I was in Hawaii, I'm like, my one, goal with this person is to just keep them interested, to keep them like knowing that I want to go out with them. So I would just talk to them and be like, yes, when we go back, we have to go on a date, all this sort of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I have this whole idea planned out. We'll go to Color Me Mine, which is, I don't know if it's a Utah based thing or if it's like more worldwide. But it's like a ceramics painting place. Like you paint mugs and plates and stuff. So I offered that as an option, and they were very receptive. They gave me a very good compliment about the date idea. I can't remember now exactly what it is. I'm pretty sure they said that it was like the most creative or sweet date or something. I was very flattered, is my point. So I was very excited to get back to Utah so that I could go on a date with this person that I've been talking to. We tried coordinating which day, and the only day that it ended up working. I actually don't remember if it was the only day or if we just both wanted to go out with each other, but it was the same day I flew back in. So I pretty much got off the plane, got ready, and then went on the date. It was very fun. It was dark out. We just went to Color Me Mine, talked. They were playing Taylor Swift the whole time. One song I accidentally mistaked for Carly Rae Jepsen, and they did not understand the true appeal of Carly Rae Jepsen. So they were like, what the fuck? Is that the Call Me Maybe person? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Sit down. Let me tell you something. You know how it is to be a man in this grand world. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. So we do that. We paint our mugs. I paint a hillside with capybara on it, and they paint like this light pink strawberry mug. Both very happy. we start walking around just talking. They're from Brazil, so we talked a lot about Brazil and the differences and how they are dealing with, moving to America, because they moved about the same time that we started talking is when we met. We met at the time that they got to America, is what I'm trying to say. But then I pull up in front of their house and they're like, "Do you want to come in?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, that'd be so sick." Because I know they have roommates. Me and them are, followed each other on Instagram, and I've been seeing their stories of the three of them. So I was like, "Oh, that sounds like so much fun." So we go in, and another detail. While I was in Brazil, or not while I was in Brazil, while I was in Hawaii, I bought them 2 little Sanrio guys, like Hello Kitty and Kuromi, or whatever it's called. And it was like special Hawaii versions of both of them. And I also bought them a board game that they said that they loved. It was called, Taco Goat Cat something around those lines. It was just like 4 nouns. And they were like, "Yeah, you can come in and play the game with us." So I came in, I played it for a while. It was very fun. I enjoyed meeting the roommates. They were very sweet. I felt amazing about the date, which is, I'm the type of guy that's like worrying about every single tiny interaction I've ever had in my entire life at all times. And I felt good about the date, which was awesome. I went home very happy. I don't remember if you gave me enough time, I could recall like the first couple dates that we've had, but we end up having 2 other dates, and then we end up going to the movies together. This was like peak for me, where I was talking about before, like I just freak out for no reason. I just like feel like everything's going wrong. I catastrophize, or whatever the correct word is. I use that word often. I should probably learn how to say it. I don't know for sure if that's how you say it. But I was like, because I was just like not making moves. That's the thing I do. I'm like very interested in someone, and I just can't fucking like go in for a kiss, or let alone, anything else. I'm just like a very anxious person. And in this movie, it was just us sitting there. I think I maybe put my arm around them at some point, and then I was like, is that okay? And they were like, and then I was like, oh shit, okay. I backed off. I don't even remember if they said that it wasn't okay. I just remember getting the vibe where I was like, oh, this just feels wrong. And the whole movie, I was just sitting there being like, oh my God, this is like the last time we're going to hang out. Like, they're going to think that I'm not interested because I'm not making moves, all this shit. Just like thinking of the worst possibilities, because that's what I do. The movie ends, and it was Leo and their friend. We were there with all the roommates, by the way, the 2 other roommates. So Leo and one of the roommates goes to the bathroom, and the other one, Anna, is sitting outside the bathrooms with me, and is like, I respect this so much. This is like the biggest homie moment of all time. I love Anna for this forever. She was like, Leo's really into you. You should probably actually make a move. And it was kind of like that wake up call that I needed to be like, oh yes, obviously, like everything that me and Leo have like done together points to them being interested in me. But I just like overcomplicate my own shit so much that I just don't believe it. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, like they really like you. You just have to like kiss or do something. And I was like, okay. They were like giving me ideas. They're like, I don't know, like go to a car wash, like kiss while the car's going through the wash or something. And I was like, that's a funny idea. That's a pretty good idea. I like that. But I was like, okay, cool. Thank you so much for the advice. Leo and the other roommate come out, and then I drop them off, and it's whatever. Next day, I'm like, you want to go to the car wash? Because, okay, they said that Brazil doesn't have car washes like America does. But then they were like, actually, that's not true. Someone told me that I just didn't know what I was talking about. So they just haven't seen car washes like America has them. But we didn't end up doing a car wash. What we did do, though, that weekend was we ended up driving up to Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. This is in winter. And just doing like a little day trip to some hot springs up there. We talk a lot. I think we both learn a lot about each other's families. I think the second you sort of understand someone's like family trauma, it like bonds you together. I feel like I definitely felt a closeness, but after that day, it was like a heightened closeness. And I had the worst. I'm like the most awkward person ever. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna get that out of the way. But I wouldn't have our first kiss any other way. It was just very fucking awkward. It was after the hot springs, we're just chilling in the car. So it was freezing cold. So we're just like heating up in the car, you know, getting all of our stuff together, sort of putting it in the back seat. And then there's just like this heightened this heightened silence, and kind of looking at each other. And I just like clap my hands together, and I'm like, all right, we gotta kiss. That's what's gotta happen now. And then like, I think both of us knew what was supposed to happen, but it's just like this awkward thing that I don't know. I just panic. I don't want to like go in and them be like, oh, no, that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. Because then I'm just going to feel terrible. I'd rather announce my, intentions. I've told this story to so many people, and they're just like, yeah, that is so you. And it is. So I think it was good. And Leo liked it too, so it was fine. They laughed, and then, yeah, it was great. It was great. We were both smiling the whole, 3-hour car trip back or whatever it was. Fantastic. I think literally that same week, I was like, Leo, I really have to say something, because they worked up in Park City. And so I was like, can I pick you up from work and talk to you about something, or I don't know, some shit like that. So yeah, I just pick them up and we're driving back, just talking about how their work was going. Small talk, I guess, is what you could call it. And then I was like, all right, well, I came out here for a reason. I want you to be my partner. And they were, I don't know. I think they thought I was going to say something else. Like they seemed very tense. 'Cause I kept like avoiding saying it, I guess. I wish I knew exactly how it went, but it was like, shit. It was like, all right, there's something I have to tell you. It's, how do I say this? Like, it was like so prolonged like that. I was like, I just think like, you and me, I don't know. It's just like weird. And at this point, I guess we were moving kind of fast, I think, but we still have gone on like quite an amount of dates. The time was close, but like we spent New Year's together. We went on this trip up north together. Like, I don't know. And we both like knew each other. We were talking all the time, every day. And I just, wanted to send it. We have 30 seconds. I'm going to summate the rest of the story to be, we had a beautiful romance. But then they had to move back to Brazil. So now we are long distance, which is not something I would ever consider myself to do. But I don't know. I just have very strong feelings, obviously, for Leo. And I think that the video is going to end now. So